Welcome into Lock and Live for college football week 14 with Uncle Phil and the Railbird. Thanks for joining us this Saturday morning. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving and looking forward to rivalry weekend. What do you guys say, Uncle Phil, Railbird?
Look, it's going to be a really good weekend. This should be fun. It's always kind of fun to have college football go out with a bang like this, rivalry weekend, and it is always like a whodunit mystery thriller. At the end, you have no idea that it was the other person that actually did it, and it's kind of the way rivalry weekend works out as well. Have no idea this team could win, but that's what happens. It's always fun, though. It's always entertaining, and we're going to do our best to guide you through it today. Railbird, you've been on a hot streak lately. I mean, not just hot, but red hot. Your best plays that you've given out here in the past, 3 or 4 weeks. What have you been like? I feel like you're about 100-0. What are you now?
No, I wish. But no, the last 4 weeks here, the 8 plays, 6-1-1. The push was last week. The Tennessee team total over 31. They had 31 at half and didn't score in the second half. I'm still a little mad about that one, but hey, that's the way it goes sometimes. You're going to have some bad beats, or in this case, a bad push. Hopefully we can find the teams that are ready to play today and have it packed it in for the season.
I can smell the bitterness from here.
If you would have seen me last Saturday night about 10 o'clock, you'd have seen a lot more.
I guarantee you.
Well, let's get the good times back and let's get after it. Uncle Phil, where are we heading first?
Look, they say scared money never wins. I ain't scared. I'm headed to the big house first. I'm going to go for the day's biggest game. Headed to the big house, and Ohio State is coming to visit. I don't have to tell you guys that. But in this game, look, if Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate weren't playing, I'd be more prone to take Michigan. In fact, I'd probably lean toward Michigan. This Ohio State team is just built different this year, and I expect them to be built different all the way through the playoffs. Look, give me Ohio State minus the 10. I think they cover that. I don't think it's 20, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is. I think 10 is very doable in this situation. So give me Ohio State minus the 10. I think a lot of people are piling in on Michigan right now. I think they're probably one of the most popular dogs just because of the rivalry, and rightfully so. But I'm going to go with Ohio State minus 10 as my first best bet. Second best bet of the day is going to be that's really to start the day, really to end the day. I am going to NC State, where North Carolina comes to visit. It's been a miserable season for Bill Belichick, a miserable inaugural season. And once again, Bill Belichick has a losing record without Tom Brady. And I think that continues today. And NC State is just better on both sides of the ball than North Carolina. Look for NC State to just go hammer their in-state rivalry and just go ahead and put a stake in the heart of UNC fans today, and just set fire to an end of a very miserable season. So those are my two best bets today: Ohio State minus 10 and Ohio State minus 7. Guys, let's roll. Lang, Railbird, what about you, man?
Well, I'm going to step out to the team I think I know the best in college football, and that would be the Arkansas Razorbacks. We're going to go to Fayetteville today. It's going to be wet. It's going to be cold. And you got one team that's not playing for anything. And you got a team in Arkansas that's 2-9. The info I've got from Fayetteville this week said there were some players late to meetings, missed some meetings, coaches packing bags, coaches looking for their next job. Meanwhile, Missouri comes to town, winners of 8 of the last 9 in this rivalry. Missouri embraces this rivalry game. Arkansas does not. Arkansas still cries about winning LSU this week. That's not been the case, and Missouri has taken full effect of this with Eli Drinkwitz as head coach. He does not like Arkansas. He's going to do everything he can to beat Arkansas as bad as he can. You add in the fact that Drinkwitz, while at Missouri, is 15-5 in SEC versus Arkansas, Kentucky, Vanderbilt, and South Carolina, 10-19 against everybody else in the SEC. Eli dominates this type game. Missouri -4 is my first best bet today. And my second one is another SEC game. We're going to the rivalry game in Columbia, South Carolina versus Clemson. The Gamecocks offense the last 2 weeks, the last 2 games, has really taken off since they fired Mike Shula. Scored 30 points in that brutal loss at Stadium, which still, I mean, they got 30 points on that Aggies defense on the road. Last week played Coastal Carolina, scored 58 points. You might not think that's a great deal against a Coastal Carolina team, but it showed me that South Carolina has not thrown in the towel on the season yet, despite not being eligible to get to 6 wins to get to a bowl game. I learned way back in 1992 from head coach Danny Ford when he was in my apartment talking football, and he showed me then how big of a rivalry this game is, Clemson, South Carolina. There's a backstory there that'd be great. We don't have time for that right now. Bud Heavy, he's a Bud Heavy guy, by the way. And I'm going with South Carolina today over Clemson. Clemson has already clinched a bowl bid. They're not playing for very much. They're going on the road. This is the Super Bowl for South Carolina. Give me South Carolina -3, Missouri -4. That's my 2 best bets today.
Nice. Hey, Matt, if you don't mind, I'll step in. I saw some questions coming in, a little bit of confusion. I must have said Ohio State -7. I'm in Ohio State -10 and NC State -7, just to be clear. Lane, great breakdown as always, man. Looking forward to rooting for you today.
Yeah. Like I said, off air, I'll give you this Danny Ford stuff, man. I got some good stuff from back in the day.
You bet.
We'll save that for after the show, but let's keep it rolling. We got tons of questions coming in. Can't wait to get to them. Let's fire through these. It's the last show of the year. It's rivalry weekend. No better time to take questions. We got first on the line. We got Blake. He says, Auburn game. Who do you guys got?
Look, for me, I mean, for me, I know people want to choose Auburn. I kind of lean toward Alabama in this one, but it's a weird deal at Auburn. I think that Auburn probably covers on this one. That's why I'd probably say if I like Alabama, I'd probably take Auburn in this one. So I think Alabama's probably got the better team, but that's my lean, though. I don't know how it happens. I just kind of feel like Auburn's probably going to cover that one and make it close. Railbird, what do you think?
You know, even Nick Saban said weird things happen at Jordan-Hare Stadium. The last 4 times Alabama's been there, they've went 2-2, and the 2 games they won, they didn't cover. That being said, my play on this game tonight is over 46 points. Ever since Hugh Freeze is gone, Auburn has changed the way they do their play calling. They don't have somebody calling for first down. Another coach calls second down plays. Another coach calls third down plays. They have one voice now, and they've put up points, and they've played with tempo every game since Hugh Freeze has been gone. You combined Auburn with tempo in this game and Alabama not being able to run the ball, so they're going to be passing a lot. Could have incompletions to stop the clock, more possessions. The more possessions, the better. Give me over 46 points in this game today.
All righty. Good stuff. Hey, Blake, thanks for the question. Best of luck today. Let's keep it going. We got Rob D on X. He says, do you like BYU -17 over UCF?
What do you think, Railbird?
BYU is my kryptonite. I don't think I've hit a BYU game all year. But the thing about it, I've been against them most of the time. So just for that sake, let's go for BYU on the last game today. I really don't have a good pick on this, a good feel for this game because I've been so wrong on BYU all year. That's about all I got on that one.
Yeah, for me, I really like BYU in this one. Ever since their loss to Texas Tech, I feel like that BYU has gotten it straight, and I like their quarterback a lot. I mean, quarterback who wears number 47. It's all right in my book. So for me, I like BYU. I think they probably get that done today. I think that this one's at BYU. So again, you've got a Florida team going north in late November, December. Give me BYU in the points and UCF to want to hurry up and get back on that plane and get back warm again.
Yeah, that's a good point about BYU and since the Texas Tech game. I agree with that 100%. That they've taken it up a notch.
They have.
Okay. Hey, Rob, thanks for the question there. We'll keep it rolling. We got Andrew from Dallas. Andrew from Dallas, good to see you, brother. He says LSU, Oklahoma, injuries and slow pace of play. Under 36 seems to be the play.
You're pretty good on totals, Railbird. What do you think about that?
It'd be scary. I agree with Andrew, but 36 is just, Oklahoma, LSU's offense, just themselves. I'm going to be surprised if they score 10 points. I mean, Oklahoma's defense is really good. LSU, they only got 13 at home against Western Kentucky last week. So without a special team score, a defensive score, yes, I would take under, but my trepidation would be that there would be a special teams or a defensive score for either team. That puts the under in jeopardy. It would be under or nothing for me. I don't have a bet on that part of the game right now.
I would agree with that. I think that's a really perfect assessment. It's when you start playing these low unders. They're and probably 100% of the time they're the right call, but in about 50% of the time they get screwed because of what Railbird just talked about. A pick six, a punt return, a kickoff return, and you get one of those that happens in the first quarter, and you might as well just go ahead and light your money on fire because that's a tough one. So, look, if it's a clean game, you're 100% on the right side. It's just a pretty low total for me to, unless it's the old Alabama LSU game that was, I think, in the SEC championship. I think that was 3-3 going into the fourth quarter. So you knew you had the under in that one. It was dominated by defense, but that was a different day, and this one is too. So
you can be looking at this game as Oklahoma ahead 24-7. Think you got it, and then all of a sudden, LSU's throwing in the last 5 minutes, and they pick one off and run it back, and you lose.
Yeah, and good luck to you if you play Andrew on that one. And I think it's the right call.
I agree.
But again, it has to be a clean game.
No doubt. Well, Andrew also has another question. We'll give it to him because it's an SMU related question. I know he's a big fan. Says, is SMU minus the 13.5 for the ACC going to cover? They've got playoff hopes, and Cal just fired their coach. What say you?
What do you think about this one, Railbird?
I've got mixed feelings on this game. I played this game, one of the first games I played probably Sunday night, maybe Monday morning. But I got SMU minus 10.5. And now the line has shot all the way up to 13.5. And I'm not sure I would have played it at 13.5. I thought it was going to go up. That's why I played it at 10.5. But Cal with a fired coach bump, that's hit a lot of times so far this year. I think Nick Rolovich is filling in, and he had a successful stint as the coach, I believe, at Hawaii. Then he was the head coach, if you remember, back at Washington State. When COVID hit, and there was a big to-do about whether he could take the shots or not, and he wasn't going to, so they got rid of him. But he's a good coach. He's a good coach, and I think Kyle will play hard tonight. At 13.5, I would probably pass on it, but I do agree, Andrew. SMU does have more to play for. SMU has really turned it on, especially since that big Miami win.
Totally agree. Don't mean to rain on Andrew's parade at all. I'm very fearful of that new coach bump. And as Railbird pointed out, and something that I agree is that the coach that's filling in, that's the interim coach, again, was a head coach before. This is not just an average coordinator getting his first shot. This is a guy that probably the players probably like, and that they probably like him, and don't be surprised if they rise up and play for him today. I would, it's a situation where normal, I would probably just say SMU, but last game of the season, and they get to potentially jump up and play for this guy and get him to potentially be a head coach of them. Everybody likes the substitute teacher, right? And the substitute teacher is him today, and expect the Bears to play for him. I always stay away from those games. I either choose the team that got the new head coach, or I stay away from it.
I also think in this game, SMU is just looking to win. They want to win to move on with their season. Yep. They might not necessarily be looking to win with big margin.
Most definitely. All right. Good analysis there. That was fun to listen to. Best of luck today, Andrew. Let's keep going. We got Austin. We got a lot of comments on this game. It's Tennessee Vandy. I know Railbird likes the Bulls offense from Austin.
This one's in my notebook, so I'm gonna let Railbird talk about this one.
Well, this one, I almost went right back to the well with Tennessee team total points today. But I'm still a little mad about that, so I couldn't quite pull that trigger yet. Maybe I will before the game. What it is on my sheet today is the total points over in this game. I think it's up to 66.5. I think I sent it out earlier this week, 64.5. I think there's points galore in this game. Tennessee is going to put points on the board. Vandy has given up, 38 to Auburn. They gave up big points to Texas when they played a few weeks ago. And meanwhile, Vanderbilt's scoring 35 to 40 a week themselves. Last week, I believe Pavia had 350 yards passing, 100 yards rushing, something like that. So their offense is really clicking. Tennessee's defense hasn't stopped very many people all year. Give me the over in this game. As far as a side, if you can get 3, I would probably lean toward Vanderbilt, but it's not a play for me just because of the Tennessee defense. It's just not very good at all.
All right. Hey, Austin, and to the rest of those asking about that game, best of luck. And thanks for the analysis there, Railbird. As we keep going, we got John on X. Miami, Florida versus Pittsburgh. Any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I feel like that Miami, Florida is one of the disappointing teams. And so you've got another Southern team that's going up and playing in the cold. If I'm playing this game, I'd probably play Pittsburgh. I'd take Pittsburgh +7. I'd probably take Pittsburgh money line too. I just kind of feel like this is another one, not a big fan of Carson Beck. I've been saying that all season. I just am not that guy, and I could see him and all his gold chains laying an egg today up in Pittsburgh. Miami is a team that absolutely should be in the playoffs and could probably beat any team in the playoffs. But I think today they probably lose, and I think that any thought of them being in the playoffs, I think Pittsburgh wrecks that today. Railbird, you've heard my personal feelings and a little bit of my analysis. What do you think about the game?
I've played this game today myself. I have played Pittsburgh plus the 7. Miami and Miami media, Miami fans, they've been crying for 2 weeks now about how they should be in the playoff. And I've put on X several times. Beat Pittsburgh and then start your campaign. 35 degrees and maybe snow flurries. I've seen Miami not play well in that nearly my whole life. Cristobal, he's a coach that doesn't win the big games.
Right.
The one drawback I have, if you like Pittsburgh and bet them as I have, is Pittsburgh offensive line against the Miami defensive line. Notre Dame's defensive line ate them up last week, a couple weeks ago, got several sacks and controlled that game. Miami's defensive line could wreck Pittsburgh's offensive line during this game and make it hard and can lead Miami to the win. But I'm going to have to see it to believe it. So I got Pittsburgh plus the points. And I'm like you, it will not shock me if Pittsburgh wins this game outright.
Yep, most definitely. All righty. We got another question that just rolled in from Zach on X. Ohio State, Michigan, first half under. Thinks there's going to be a lot of running in that first half. What do you guys think?
I think that's a very sharp play, actually. I mean, I think you see these big games like this. Neither team wants to make a mistake and ruin it, and typically they play pretty cautious. Especially, I might even double down on that and play the under in the first quarter as well. But I like that call. I think it's a very sharp call. I think that's a good one, Zach. You've probably been around a little bit, so good luck with that one. That's the way I'd lean. Railbird, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, I didn't play it, but I looked at it. I think it's 22.5 or somewhere around that number. But I agree with Zach. Should be a slow start, methodical start to this game. Ohio State, my only problem with that could be Ohio State doesn't run the ball very well. So they could throw maybe a little more than what could be expected in a big game. Michigan's definitely running the ball here, trying to run the clock, and it's kind of like how they won last year. Just manage the ball, manage the game, especially with a first-time quarterback, Bryce Underwood, in this big game. So I definitely lean towards Zach's side, even though I hadn't played it.
Yeah, my only concern was that if Ohio State throws a deep pass and on the very first drive, then the route's on, and then it's going to be a long day for Michigan, and you could see this one at halftime being 24-3 or something like that. I mean, so that would be the only thing. If you can survive the first drive with Ohio State, that'll tell you exactly where you want to be. That's the way I'd look at it, but I like where your head's at. Especially in these big games. Yeah,
Michigan has to stay connected in this game. They don't need to be down by 2 scores, especially 14 points, maybe 10. They can still stick with their game plan. They get down 14 or more, your Ohio State minus 10 is going to come in.
That's right.
Okay. Hey, well, Zach, best of luck to you today. Let's take 2 or 3 more here. Let's go to Andreas. Good to see Andreas. He wants to know about Louisville versus Kentucky.
Yeah, that one's in my notebook, Andreas, which you're a subscriber. You will see. It'll be up here in a few minutes if it's not already. Railbird, what's your analysis on this game?
This is a tough one for me. I would lean toward Kentucky, I believe. Another big rivalry game that some people don't really pay attention to or know about, kind of like the South Carolina-Clemson rivalry. These two teams, they know that people know they hate each other in basketball, but that carries over to the football field as well. Both teams have been up and down lately. I believe the injuries for Louisville are more significant than people realize, and therefore I would back Kentucky in this game if I played it.
Good stuff. All right, Andreas, best of luck to you today. Take 1 or 2 more. Let's go to Papi Chulu. He wants to know about Oregon versus Washington.
Look, the world is on Washington on this one. I guess I'm still bitter from watching Washington, seeing Washington play Ohio State, and me being on Washington that game and just seeing them get annihilated. Look, I realize this is a really underrated, hated rivalry. And Washington's probably the play. I just don't think Washington's that good, and I think Oregon probably gets it done. But I don't think it. When I give you that recommendation, I don't like it well enough to play it. Let me hand it over to the man who likes the game well enough to play it. Railbird, what do you think of this game?
I'm with the world in this game, and I'm on Washington. I got the 7 points. I know sometimes earlier this week it was at 6.5. I did get 7. Oregon, when I'm hearing, what I'm reading, Oregon really beat up from that USC game last week. 1 or 2 of their starting offensive linemen out, maybe a defensive lineman out as well. Washington is kind of a team that a little bit Jekyll and Hyde. They played not good at all on the road this year, but they've won all their home games except for the Ohio State game. I look for them to put – I'm not going to call out for an outright win for Washington today. It won't hurt me at all if Washington does win. I have Oregon under 10.5 wins for the season, so I need that second loss to come about. But that field goal they made against Iowa a few weeks ago kind of hurt me. I thought I was going to get that second loss there, but I do think Washington keeps this game close. I think this can end up being a field goal game.
All righty, good stuff. Should be a great game, honestly. It totally is an underrated rivalry. We'll take one more. We got Cam on Instagram Live. He wants to know: do you guys agree with Sarkisian? Is Texas a playoff team?
No. No, they're not. I mean, look, if you just look at it and go, hey, are they one of the 12 best teams today? I would say yes. But it's body of work, and those 3 losses are going to keep them out. But, I mean, again, they played at the time when they played them, they played 5 top 5 teams on their schedule. They were top 5 when they played them. They went 3-2 with only 2 losses on the road. So I would say that they probably are, but it's body of work, and those 3 losses, I think that's going to cost them. And I think it probably should. Railbird, thoughts?
I agree with you. No, they aren't a playoff team. The thing about it is you got to be a top 10 team the way things fall out right now to get an at-large bid, because an ACC team that maybe shouldn't be there would be number 11. Then you got a group of 5 at number 12.
Definitely
so
shouldn't be there.
Are they worthy of the top 10? You got to start dropping people out. I also know that don't lose to 3-8 Florida. I mean, if they win that game, they're 10-2, and they're probably in.
Terrible loss.
I had a let's say a debate with some folks on X about this earlier this morning, and they were saying, well, I guess we shouldn't even have scheduled the Ohio State game then. I said, well, the scheduling the game wasn't the problem. The losing was the problem. That was your issue. If you won that game, you're in, but you lost.
If they win any of those 3 games they lost, they're probably in. But that, like you said, that Florida game was an absolute killer.
Yeah, you can't lose that. Can't lose that game and make it. I mean, if Texas makes it at 9-3 this year, Ole Miss definitely should have made it at 9-3 last year with a bad loss to Kentucky.
Yeah. Anytime anybody says Texas should be in, just punch them in the face and say Florida.
Right.
Well, all right, guys.
I don't advocate violence. I'm kidding.
We're 60 minutes from kickoff, but while we're on the Florida subject, let's do a host question. I'm interested in your thoughts on the Florida State game.
I just think that's such a crap game with 2 crap teams. I almost want to take Florida State just out of spite, just because I'm just so tired of seeing DJ Lagway. I'm not there. I look at that game and it just disgusts me. What do you think, Railbird? Do you have any thoughts on that game?
Oh yeah, I took it. I did because
what'd you take?
Part of my anger at the Tennessee game last week is Florida could not score anything to put any pressure on Tennessee to score in the second half. So Florida is dead to me. They're done. I played Florida State.
Look,
I think 2 of the last 3 weeks, Florida's laid down. So I know they're playing a rival here, but Florida State has kept playing hard, I think. And Norvell, they've said, he's staying now. So, I mean, maybe that takes some pressure off of them here. I'm back in Florida State. I believe I was +1.
Yeah, I would too. That's where I'd lean on this game. Look, I had a 10-2 bonus pick record until I stupidly took Florida last week as my bonus pick. So now my bonus picks are 10-3 on the year.
Great record still.
Yeah, but still angry. And Lord, and when you're angry at somebody, you're usually angry at yourself because the dumb pick. And so I'm more angry at myself for taking Florida last week. But yeah, I'm with you. It'd be Florida State or nothing, just because I just despise this Florida team and I despise DJ Lagway. as a player.
That's a fair point. Yeah, he's not great. I've lost money on them too this year.
Oh.
Anyways, all right, guys. Well, it's 58 minutes. This is the last show. Anything sentimental you want to get out there to the audience?
We're a very sentimental group around here. Lang, any old lang syne for you?
I just want to say thank you to you for bringing me on the show this year. It's the first time I've done some type of live show like this before. Yeah. First couple of weeks, I was kind of feeling my way around and getting the lay of the land. I think I improved as we went along, and hope I provide some winners for everybody that's watching and listening during the year. And I look forward to doing this again sometime.
Yeah, Lang, hell of a job. Look forward to seeing you next year. Lord willing, the creek don't rise. We'll run it back again next year. Guys, hey, thanks for tuning in. Look, we have completed our regular season in this, but we're not done. We've got playoffs. We've got everything. Our lock-in live shows for college football are finished, but our picks are not. And we will keep rolling. And if you're not following Railbird right now, you should. He's more combative than I am in a fun way.
I get carried away sometimes.
There you go. But a fun follow nonetheless. Guys, hey, thanks for tuning in. Railbird's picks. What was your two picks for today?
Missouri -4, South Carolina -3.
Yeah, it sounds like winners to me. Look, for me, it's Ohio State -10, NC State -7. Guys, hey, thanks for tuning in. Man, really appreciate you guys. Love this community. Love you guys. Appreciate all the questions. You're what makes this community great. You're what makes us have such a good time on Saturday. This is the best part. You are the best part of our show. Thanks again, guys. Let's have a day. And as always, guys, let's roll.